When uploading your own 16S Amplicon sequencing data, there are a few stipulations to your dataset that are required in order for successful analysis within the Cosmos Hub. If you refer to our documentation, you can go to the section called Uploading Sequencing Data and find a description of requirements for each data type, including both Amplicon and shotgun metagenomics. Specifically for Amplicon data, there are a number of areas that can cause your samples to fail. One is the incorrect naming of paired-in files, which are required to have a standard format, just sample ID underscore with the R1 underscore 001.vasq.gz. These can also be uploaded as uncompressed files .vasq. There's a file size limit to the samples that you can upload. It's 250 megabytes of compressed data. If you have samples larger than this, we recommend you subsample them or upload them through our command line interface. Additionally, if you're running through the Data 2 workflow, we have a requirement of minimum of 10 samples. The reason is because of the 16S upload that is in the Data 2 infrastructure, and this requires a number of samples to be included to accompany for batch effects. While running fewer samples may work, this could be a reason why your workflow fails. Additionally, the quality of your sequencing reads should exceed a value, a Phred score of greater than or equal to 20. Lastly, your reads must overlap by greater than or equal to 15 base pairs, which is typically dictated by your 16S workflow. Special characters often break naming pairing, and you'll see these apply as single and read samples. To walk you through the specifics of this, I'll upload some example 16S data, and you can see I have a number of samples indicated by paired-in nomenclature. These are samples 0 through 10, and you notice the R2 underscore 001.vasq.gz format to indicate paired-in files. These are under my file upload limit, so I'll select all the samples and open them within the platform. You see that the hub successfully recognizes the paired-in naming structure, as these are indicated as 10 paired-in read samples. You now have the option to select the folder by which you want to deposit your samples into, and you can select Amplicon 16S or ITS, depending on your workflow. You next have the option to upload your metadata, which can be uploaded at a later time. And then you will select your workflow. By default, the ASV Data 2 workflow is activated on all accounts. We also have a warning indicating the batch effects and the minimum number of samples required. When you check this workflow, you then are required to select a particular parameter for your forward and reverse primers. We have a preset number of standard primer sequences for V1, V3, V3, V4, and V4. Alternatively, if you have a custom primer pair, you can implement that custom primer pair here. Then you will click Start Upload, and it will begin an upload process. Please leave your window open while these are uploading. I've already uploaded these samples, and we'll take a look at them today. If you see, I've got these 01 16S samples that are indicated by their sample names. These are successfully run through the workflow. If we open up these results, you see that we have a list of the taxa with the ASV counts translated to relative abundance. This is at the genus level, but if we switch to the species level, you'll see that the ASV sequence is provided for each individual species. You can also use our quality filters, which are filters from Q20, Q25, and Q15 workflows. These are to provide more stringent results based on a variety of cutoff values. You can also explore the functional data that's run by PyCrust2, as well as look at the quality of the data with the FastQC module. If you run into issues looking at your data, I'll then show you what it looks like for a failed sample. The completed tab indicates that the sample was successfully imported, but if we look at the workflows, only FastQC and import was performed, indicating that there was an issue with the format or the primers of the specific sample. If we open this sample up, we get further information to see that the quality of the reads drops below 20 after the 150 base pair region. This could either be trimmed if there's overlapping regions, or data would need to be resequenced to provide better quality data. Typically data generated at CMBio has a quality score above 30 or even exceeding 40, so this typically is not an issue for any of the 16S data that we will generate for you. If you run into any issues with this workflow, please reach out to us at our support line, fill out a form, and we'll get back to you to investigate your samples in greater detail.